right, welcome back into another installment of the 94 podcast. I'm jacked up to be back in the studio here with my main man, Jim Bushy. I'm Brook, Eddle. This is the 94 podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever you're getting all your podcast content. We're making sure that we're pushing out all the newest stuff, and we have some great stuff to cover today. Jim, how was your week? I know that you were out and doing the card show last week. How did that go? How were your ventures?
It's going good, man. It was going good, man. It was a lot of sales, man. A lot of good people. It was a fun time. You go to these shows and you're like, oh, it can be huge. It was a nice, small one. You got a good foot traffic. It was the top of a bar. It was a fun time, man. If you have a chance to ever go to one, go. Everyone's very nice, and it's all good.
What was the name of the card show? Like the actual, the entire event?
It was like the Door County Fire something card show. It was the top of a bar in Surgeon Bay, Wisconsin.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that would definitely be something to check out next time I'm out in Green Bay or near Door County.
Well, they're all over the place. They're in every state, every chance. Even Minnesota. Don't just wait for one closer. Like, just look online. I went to one earlier today before I got into my work, and it was a fun time. My girl and I had a good time. I actually picked up a nice Pete Rose.
Pete Rose, okay.
Card.
That's mint.
Nice Tom Seaver. Little Tom Seaver
Tom
card.
Seaver, okay. That's some cool cards, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's fun. Their collections, it's awesome.
Okay, those are a couple of the of your card collections that you have. You obviously have more at home, but those are some of the ones that you're able to share today. That's really cool.
Yes.
Awesome. And then with those cards, how rare are those cards that you were able to just show us right now?
These cards, I mean, they're old cards, so they're like 1968. So they're very old. They've been put in slabs. They're graded. They're not very rare, but they are rare. The higher grades, like these two are one's a 2 and one. They're both 2s. Higher grades, they go for more money and they're harder to get, but they're very good condition for 2s. And as rare as they are, like find they build value over time, and that's what a lot of people like myself like to collect cards for. And as they might not be, like I said, some cards are like super rare. They're like one-of-ones. They're worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars. These cards are not there, but they're good pieces to have if you're a big fan of any sports.
Absolutely, yeah. It sounds like they do. Over time, their value does go up, especially if somebody has these cards in their attic in a box somewhere, and they're able to pick them up, dust them off, and if it's still in good condition, like the ones that you were able to show us, they could definitely turn a very nice profit, especially if they're willing to at least see if they're able to be graded, and also seeing if they can be transferred. Whether they're into cards or if they're looking to just be able to sell them for profit. But that's cool. That's cool that you got that going on. That's a cool side hustle and passion.
It's fun. It's very expensive, but it's fun to do. It's fun to meet people. It's fun to get into this, and you see all these cool cards out there. I have a Felix Hernandez card that's autographed by him, and I'm like, I could sell it for a decent amount of money right now, or do I want to hold on to it and keep it as a memory, because he could go in the Hall of Fame. I have this piece of history where he's in the Hall of Fame. It's awesome.
That's Felix Hernandez, or King Felix of the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, that's awesome. He was one of my favorite pitchers growing up, just to watch him. That's really cool that you have a signed Felix Hernandez card. I know that is definitely going to bring you some value, but I'm sure you want to hold on to that one. That's going to be a keepsake.
Oh yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Jim, for sharing a little bit about your your past week and the happenings there. I know that in the world of sports, the Winter Olympics has been happening, and there's been a lot of medals. USA, I believe, was at 30 total medals and second overall in the medal count behind Norway. And there is a lot of news that is just coming out. I think the Team USA women's, they won gold, but the men's ice hockey team, they will take on arch rival Canada in the gold medal. So gold medals for breakfast for Team USA if they are able to get the job done. What's your outlook for the men's ice hockey as they go for gold?
I mean, they have been over. Well, I think the last time USA hockey won a gold medal was in the 1980 Winter Olympics. They have a chance. I don't know if City Cross is going to play today, but it's going to be should be fun. I hope it's USA all day, every day. So hopefully we hear a lot of Freebird playing. Hopefully the gold medal comes to the United States again. We beat Canada. We avenged 2010, because that was the last time NHL players were in the Olympics. And it'd just be let's root for a USA win. That's all I can say.
Okay. Right now, yeah, obviously rooting for the home team and Team USA. We see Norway at top of the medal count with 18 gold medals, 11 silver, 11 bronze, and a total of 40 medals. Team USA with 11 gold, 12 silver, and we did talk about ice hockey and looking to add that additional gold in that event, and then also 8 bronze and a total of 31. So they just added a medal since we last updated that. And then Netherlands, they are in the top 3 with 10 gold, 7 silver medals, and then 3 bronze at 20. And I think Italy dropped down to 4 because I think Netherlands just tied them at 10. I guess that's how the medal count goes, because just the weight of the gold medal. But yeah, Italy is just right behind the U.S. with 30 total medals as a country. But I know with the games wrapping up, the last day of the games is this weekend. It should be a grand finale. Like as you mentioned, this is the first time since 2010 since the NHL players were allowed to play. And I still remember that it was, I believe, was it in Vancouver? I think it was in Vancouver.
It was in Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver, British Columbia, and Sidney Crosby. I think he did score the game winner against Team USA, and yeah, that get back. It could definitely happen this weekend. Jack Hughes and Jack Eichel, they look really good for Team USA. I feel like Team USA was able to coast to the gold medal game, and Canada had a little bit more of a challenge to get into the gold medal game, where they had to, face a really tough, I think, Czech team to get into the gold medal game.
Yeah.
So both teams are going to be tested fully. It should be really great hockey to start the Sunday for many folks that are going to be tuning in.
Oh, it's like a 7 a.m. start time, so it's like you gotta get up early. And it's like, it's worth getting up early. I would 100% say that.
Yeah,
It's worth getting up early. It's worth the time. It's the last day of the Olympics, so you might as well.
right. Exactly. It's the last game. The last day of the Olympics. Just the grand finale with ice hockey between Team USA versus Team Canada. And you said it's been since 1980, the Miracle Team?
Yep, the last time the USA has won a gold in ice hockey.
Jim, do you believe in miracles?
Always do, man. Always believe in miracles.
Yes, I do. All right. Here's to Team USA bringing the gold. We'll be rooting them on. Next, next item that we want to cover here on the 94 podcast, the NFL Combine. I know the NFL Combine is coming up. We just got done with the Super Bowl, but the NFL Combine. Any, I guess, ideas about the NFL Combine? Who are you looking to watch? I know Fernando Mendoza, he's pretty much locked up the number one pick. I don't know if he will. I mean, I'm sure he'll attend, but there's not much movement past the number one spot.
No, I don't think there's gonna be much moving. I mean, I'd love to be like tell you who I'm looking for, but I haven't really been able to watch. Haven't been able to watch college football since working during the day during college football, so I'm not 100 sure who I'm looking for. I mean, it should be a fun time. It's good to see who's going to make it there. It's going to be who's going out. It's going
Absolutely.
to be
Yeah,
yeah,
go
it's
ahead.
going to be cool to see the next generation of football players make their way in.
Absolutely. The NFL Combine, for anybody that is not familiar, the NFL Scouting Combine is an annual invitation only showcase where top college football players perform physical and mental evaluations before National Football League coaches, general managers, and scouts, held each February in Indianapolis, and the event is a key milestone in the pre-draft process, helping determine player selections for the upcoming NFL draft. The organizer is the NFL Football Scouting Organization. It will be held at Lucas Oil Stadium, the home of the Indianapolis Colts. It's a free event for the fans, so it's cool that the NFL is able to interact with the fans and afford them an opportunity to check out these, hopeful stars of the NFL. So it'll be 4 days, late February to early March. There will be about 300 to 330 draft eligible prospects annually. And the NFL Combine, quick question for you, Jim. Let's see if you know some NFL Combine trivia. When did the NFL Combine start? When was it founded?
We go 1975. Just throwing a guess out there.
Okay, 1970, not a bad guess. It's 1982, and it was the first one was held in Tampa, Florida.
Ooh.
But yeah, that it's been around for a while. Like that, wow. Like, yeah, yeah, you're realizing that it's been around for that many years. Like, wow. Like, in regards to, it's been for 43 years that it's been active. Like, or
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, it's coming up on 44 years. So yeah, that's just insane in regards to the evolution of the game, the combine experience, and also the impact and significance. Because we've seen all the great players that have gone through the combine in regards to rising their draft stock. Especially that 40 time, so that's always like my favorite, just to kind of just see the 40 times. And again, I'm not going to be watching every minute of the NFL Combine.
Yeah.
There's just too much going on, but it's just a note that it's something that will be going on. The NBA, we can shift gears because I know the NFL, we're kind of in that off season. And we'll come back and talk some Vikings notes later on. But I also wanted to cover the NBA All-Star MVP, Anthony Edwards. He returned to action last night. He dropped a 40-point performance against the Dallas Mavericks, and Cooper Flagg, the number one overall pick for the Dallas Mavericks. The Minnesota Timberwolves are definitely looking to be gaining steam going into the second half of the season. And Anthony Edwards' prediction is how's the rest, when they asked him how's the rest of the season going to go, he said, hopefully we can go 25-0. I'll stop there. What are your thoughts, Jim?
Love the mindset. Love the mindset of knowing that, hey, we're going to go 25-0. That's our motive. That's how we're going to do. We're going to make sure that happens. That's awesome. I love the mindset there.
Yeah, why not? Go for perfection and have a strong finish to the season and set yourself up with likely the number one seed. If you go 25-0, I think not too many teams are going to be able to match that perfection in regards to the second half of the schedule. They got off to a good start. They're 1-0. They took care of the Dallas Mavericks. They will be back in action on Sunday. And I think that will be another good test for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves will be hosting. Taking a quick look, they will be hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. So they'll be looking to go 2-0 in that 25-0 slate for the second half. But again, you can only win one game at a time. So they look to improve the record of 35-22 when they are going to be hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's get back to the NBA All-Star weekend, because I know that's what happened last week. A couple things for notes. I really did not like what the NBA did with the NBA Slam Dunk contest. I think that Slam Dunk contest, you might as well just write it off. Scrap it, because these guys are just doing regular in-game dunks during the competition, and it's just like, all right, what are we doing here? I think we've exhausted everything here with this event. The three-point contest, I think that is better. I think what was kind of cool is that they also had legends of the host city, so they would have legends of the LA Clippers, since it was the LA Clippers hosting the All-Star weekend. I really like that fact of being able to bring a team's history into the weekend. And some of these players, they're not really worried about the risk of injury, because they're retired. Like they're not going to be suiting up for games after this weekend. So it was cool to see some of these past veterans and legends take the court and really represent their city. But yeah, the slam dunk contest, that needs to go away. The three-point contest, I think they need to expand it. I know it's only 2 rounds, but one thing that was definitely remarkable, I have to give a lot of credit to Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is injured. He had a torn Achilles, but he did sign with the Portland Trailblazers, and he won the three-point contest. And even though he's not active in playing, he was able to win the three-point contest. Just gives you a lot of respect in regards to being able to play on not a fully recovered Achilles. And I know it's a three-point contest. This is just another reminder of how special these athletes are. I don't know if you caught any of the information in regards to the All-Star weekend. I know you were busy last week with the card show, but were you able to at least watch any of the highlights?
I mean, I saw highlights of the All-Star game itself. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to do what the NHL was trying to do. But, I mean, it's an All-Star game. It's a glorified exhibition game. Yeah, the dunk. I think you agree they need to get rid of the dunk competition, because it's the same dunk over and over again.
Yeah.
3-point, I mean, that's skill. Like, I can't shoot a 3-point. Like, you really have to be that talented to shoot a 3-point, and that's something that I think should be more glorified, and I think they need to focus on that a little more. I know it's not as flashy as a dunk, but it's something that's is better off making it play.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's where the game is trending. More of the three-point specialist. We obviously have Steph Curry, and he was doing trick shots. He was injured this last weekend, so he didn't participate in the All-Star game. But even those trick shots and the 3-pointer contest, I think that can only be elevated with more star power, with guys like Curry, guys like you can even say Klay Thompson, guys like Damian Lillard coming back to defend his title. You know, we could absolutely see Anthony Edwards in a 3-point contest. He did he did win All-Star MVP, but yeah, let's talk about the All-Star game, because you said that it was kind of taking a almost a chapter out of the NHL All-Star game, where they were saying, hey, let's make this more about a national aspect of Team USA versus Team World. I really like the fact that they did split up Team USA into stars and stripes. So that kind of gave the young all-stars their opportunity to shine, and then also gave the veterans their opportunity to shine. The team stars was the younger rising stars, and the team stripes was the more established. You know, they've earned their stripes, and it was fitting. Like Kawhi Leonard, he was taking over for team stripes. And then also Anthony Edwards, he had his moments. And then from Team World, it was Victor Wembanyama. And I feel like Victor Wembanyama, and this is what Anthony Edwards said as well when he was accepting his All-Star MVP at the end of the game, he said that Victor Wembanyama, he was the one that really set the tone from the get-go. Like from tip-off, like he gets the ball and he dunks it really hard, and it's just like, all right, now we're actually playing for keeps here. So there might be life in the All-Star game, and you know, I was going into the weekend thinking like, all right, maybe the All-Star game is dead. One thing we realized, the slam dunk contest is dead, but the All-Star game may have regained some life here with the players actually wanting to win, and then also they shortened it. They made it 12-minute quarters. So
yeah, and that's something that I think that's really helpful. Is like you're not just dragging through a game and splitting it up. It's something different for the fans, something different from everything. It's I think I like it. I like it, what they did.
Yeah, the 12-minute format. The first game, I think it went. It was Team World versus USA Stars, and it was a double elimination, so you couldn't lose twice. And the Team World, they were really close that entire game, but then at the end they lost, like in heartbreaking fashion. They lose game one, they go down 0-1, and then they had to turn around and then they had to play Team Stripes. Because they're the team that didn't win their first game, so they had to go ahead and play again. And it was Team Stripes and Team World, and that really hurt Team World. And I think that kind of comes back to like, that's why you got to get off to a really good start, because they took the second quarter off, because I think the winner continues on. So the winner played against Team Stripes, US. So it was US versus US, and then the third game was USA versus Team Stripes, and that's where I think the world, they had their shot to get back into it, because I like the fact that you had to win by 2. That was also like an addition to the rules, that you couldn't just win. You'd have to at least win by 2. For Team World, for them to stay alive, they had to win by 2. So that kind of kept the game going. Even though Team Stripes eventually did win that game, they made it to the final against Team Stars. So it was USA versus USA in the final in Game 4. And then that's when, at that point, I think the legs kind of really showed out, because the fresh legs of the younger stars, they were able to outlast them in the final game. and winning going away, because at that point I feel like they had expended a lot of energy trying to keep Team World out of the final. So it was a guarantee that a U.S. team was going to be in the final, or going to be winning the final. But yeah, I think great job at Adam Silver. Even with the black eye going on with Kawhi Leonard and Steve Ballmer, and obviously with everything that's been going on with all the files, especially the Epstein files with Steve Ballmer being involved, that's a black eye for the NBA. I think this was definitely a bright spot for the NBA, being able to at least bring some positivity to the game, and also drawing the world and the globalization of the game. I think that was a win for the NBA on that part. And with everything that's going on, it's rare to find these wins, especially in these All-Star games. But we've talked about it in the past. We'll talk about it in the future. These All-Star games, they got to get better, or otherwise, what are we doing?
100% get better. 100%. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible how they are. I mean, I don't even want to watch them anymore. I'd rather watch the Olympics than watch any All-Star game. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch an All-Star game, because it's and they're getting better. It's just, yeah.
Right. We definitely need to see a change, because like what the Pro Bowl has devolved into. You have guys like Shadur Sanders showing up to the Pro Bowl. I know Joe Flacco was happy to be in the Pro Bowl, and Joe Burrow was just like, hey, like this is just a way to salvage the season. But the fact that the Pro Bowl is not taken seriously anymore. It used to be where you would get all pros, where you would get these Hall of Fame players that would get together and be able in most cases it was after the Super Bowl, so there was no I'm not going to play because I'm going to be playing in the Super Bowl. It was more about, hey, let's celebrate the game of football, and I think that was the cool part of the Pro Bowl. And I know the NBA All-Star game too, it was cool because it was celebrating the game, and it was the elite of the elite, and I think we've gotten away from that, and it was just a huge focus on offense, and I think that's what maybe turned people off, because they realized this was a manufactured game. I know it's an exhibition game, but like at least give us the real product. I think that's where people have kind of just said, I'm going to filter that out. I'm not going to really invest in this game, in the All-Star game, if this continues. And I think a lot of these leagues have gotten that message, is that they're not going to continue to applaud these manufactured sporting events.
Yeah, no, like the fans can see it right through. Like if you try to sell me something that's not there, it's like, okay, it's a glorified something. Yeah, so I have to agree. They're trying to get everything better, and hopefully it continues to get better, and it just continues to be good. I mean, I would love to see All-Star games become better, but I don't know. Time will tell, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know with we covered the NBA, we covered the Olympics. I know with the midseason showcases, it impacts the fan attention and league narratives. We talked about the Chris Paul legacy last week, in regards to his Hall of Fame case and cultural impact. I think there's no question he's a Hall of Famer. The cultural impact, I don't know how big it will be, especially the fact that, towards the end, I again, people are not going to remember, these last 12 months as much as his entire career, of course, but it does leave a black eye on the legacy. The way that, he was kind of just shunned from the rest of the NBA at the end, or it happens, once the league is done with you, they're done with you. And I feel like the game had passed them up. I if I was his agent, I would have told him, what the heck are you doing? Stay in San Antonio. That's your best chance to end up in the NBA Finals. He ends up, leaving San Antonio, and I think that was a huge mistake because I think if he stayed in San Antonio, he would have been a key part of, really maturing with Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox. I think the San Antonio Spurs are on the rise, and I think that would have been a really good fit for him to stay there. But again, he decided that he wanted to go back to LA and get the farewell tour. He got the get your ass out the door tour. But again, Chris Paul, Hall of Fame career. I'll be definitely looking forward to his Hall of Fame speech. That we know inevitably he will be getting the call to Springfield. Sooner than later. Let's shift back into some controversy because I know Jim, you love the hot button issues.
Always.
Let's give it up for potentially the Indiana Bears. No longer the Chicago Bears. And I know they're the huge rivals of your hometown right now of Green Bay. I'm sure that is definitely a water cooler topic for many in the NFC North.
Oh, it's not official yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's unofficial. It's unofficial.
But still, it's crazy that that they could move out of Illinois and move into Indiana.
Right. I mean, the Bears relocation, involves politics, involves, economic, the haves and the have-nots, and also fan base implications. Like, from Illinois to Indiana, I mean, the negotiations to branding the Indiana Bears, I think Hammond, Indiana, was the city that actually put the proposal together to put forward in front of the Chicago Bears ownership with the McCaskies and Kevin Warren, former Big Ten commissioner. I think that just leaves a sour taste in the city of Chicago and also the Chicagoland. I feel like they feel betrayed, and they feel like this is almost kind of a gut punch for all the years, because the Chicago Bears have only played in 2 stadiums in their entire existence: Wrigley Field and Soldier Field. They are, I mean, their DNA is Chicago. I think this is a major black eye, major issue. If Chicago loses the Bears, it won't have the same feeling. Calling it out, in the Indiana Bears, it doesn't have the same feeling.
No. And it doesn't, because you take away Illinois, you take away. I feel bad for everything, but I mean, fans, like, when a team moves, it's terrible. It's terrible to see. Like, you think about a fan base, you think about money. This is when it comes to my thing. I mean, it would be hilarious to have Indiana have 2 teams now. The Colts and the Bears. I mean, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
but
people in Indiana have to choose between those 2 teams. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you're losing a fan base. Basically, you have to rebuild from the beginning, and like it's just gonna be tough. I understand why it's money, but so stupid. So stupid.
Yeah, I know that the stadium drama continues, with Indiana lawmakers unanimously passed a bill to create a stadium authority to lure the Bears to Hammond, Indiana, potentially moving the team across state lines. I think the commute time is about 30 minutes from the center of Chicago, but still, it does draw a political firestorm. The mayor is upset. Obviously, the governor's upset because that's
Obviously.
billions of dollars just walking out the door in regards to infrastructure and businesses that are going to be impacted. Illinois officials, including Governor J.B. Pritzker, publicly expressed disappointment and wanted clarity from the Bears amid mixed signals between the Illinois and Indiana pitches. And obviously the fans are caught in the middle. So this is an ugly divorce that's just playing out in the public between the Chicago Bears, formerly maybe, and the city of Chicago. The fans are kind of in the middle, and I would love to kind of just get some aspect of what these fans are really thinking about, because I would imagine, like, if you told me the Minnesota Vikings were moving to Los Angeles, and there has been talks in the past where they were going to be shipped out, they were going to be leaving Minnesota and moving to Los Angeles. It's happened before. It happened with the Minneapolis Lakers. So this is nothing new to the Midwest. It's nothing new to sports in general. But for the fact that the McCaskies are looking for a tax break, these are billionaires, and they're looking for a tax break, and they're willing to sacrifice their allegiance and loyalty to the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. I think that is troubling. I think that is an issue at the core of the ownership. If they're not able to put up the money, I think there is definitely a solid stance there that they should sell the team. If they don't want to keep it in Chicago, they don't want to keep it in Illinois, because there has been projects that have been put out for it to be in Arlington Heights, where they were willing to say, hey, we will give you a dome stadium. I think that was maybe one of the biggest hangups is the Chicago ownership. They want a dome stadium so they can host a Super Bowl, because there hasn't been any Super Bowls that have been hosted. And they realize, hey, they've had Super Bowls in Detroit, they've had Super Bowls in Minneapolis, but none in Chicago. And because it's the weather, because no one wants to hang out in February weather in Chicago.
Yeah, but it makes the football more exciting. I mean,
Yes, but again, we had that in New York. We had that in New York when it was the Seahawks
that's
and
New York, New
the
Jersey.
Broncos.
You're in a metropolitan area. Like, of course it's going to happen. Like, no. That's New York, New Jersey. That's why. It's, if you go to like Green Bay, you go to Tennessee, or you go to, go to Kansas City.
Okay,
Yeah,
you go to Kansas City, you go to Denver. Like, again, just imagine if the AFC Championship weather climate was involved in the Super Bowl. That would be
awesome.
Insane, Jim.
I would love to watch it. I would watch it.
I'm okay with it being playoff football. It's still part of the playoffs, but I feel like when you have a championship, I feel like it's a neutral site. I think that the neutral site, to me, I feel like it should also have favorable weather. And I know this last Super Bowl was outside, so it could have been raining. Could have definitely been raining.
Oh yeah.
But again, I'm in the camp of, all right, I'm cool with the Super Bowl being in a hot weather environment, because we're able to get, I guess, the best conditions for the game. That's what I'm in the camp of. I know you're in the camp of, I want a just slug it out fest of the best.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. The answer is yes, and it should be like that because it's awesome. I said so.
I'm agreeing to disagree. I'm agreeing to disagree on that. Because I want to be able to watch a game and it not be entirely affected by weather, because those teams had to survive weather to get to that point. And I feel like for the championship, hey, let's just lay it out on the field, and let's just see where the chips fall in regards to how this game will be played But again, I know with the weather being a factor, I think that's why maybe Chicago's not seen as an ideal place. And I think that's maybe some of the motivation. So I'm just kind of maybe taking a look at what the Bears ownership is maybe taking a look at. It's like, hey, we're kind of, we're being eight balled by the NFL because they don't want to have us host. I remember when Dallas actually hosted back in 2010, I think it was the Packers and Steelers. That was one of the coldest Super Bowls. But, Jim, guess what? They had it indoors. So that was their saving grace.
I don't. No. 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 I'd rather see it outside. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. There's no point of arguing anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL has made it clear that that's not the direction that they're trying to go in.
Yeah.
Okay, so the overall debate, I think, with Bears fans, do you think they want to be called the Chicago Bears, or do you think they have to relinquish that name and become, even though just like the New York Giants and the New York Jets, they don't play in New York, they play in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Do you think they keep that Chicago trademark?
Oh, 100%. 100% they do, because it just brand loyalty. Brand loyalty is key, and that's what they should do. Like, you have a new name, you're going to be like, what the heck? But yeah, brand loyalty is why they should keep Chicago, but they should say in Chicago. So we're just back and forth on this stupid thing. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is a true, it's a mudslinging contest here in regards to the politics that are involved in saying hey, the taxpayers, they should pay their fair share. The owners, I believe they should pay their fair share as well, because we've seen this happen. It's not crazy that these billionaires, they can fund their own projects. They don't need the taxpayers to be footing the bill all the time. They don't. They can build their own stadiums. We saw that in Los Angeles with SoFi Stadium. Stan Kroenke and also I believe Dean Spanos, the owner of the Los Angeles Chargers, they share the same facility. But guess what? They're getting multiple Super Bowls because they're able to work with the city. They're able to work with the city. And they were able, I think the Clippers, they were also able to fund and pay majority of their stadium infrastructure. I mean, obviously, the city and state, they paid for the roads because that just is going to be a win-win for everybody involved. But these things can be done with the owners footing majority of the bill, if not all of the bill. I think this could be a damage to one of the most historic NFL brands out there if there was to be any kind of shift or change where they wanted to really remove themselves from the city of Chicago. I think it would definitely be a huge L for the Chicago public. I think the entire Chicago public loses here because you lose the identity of the city because there's so many things that are tied to the Chicago Bears in the city of Chicago.
Yeah, you lose so much brand recognition with Chicago. Everything's tied to Chicago, and you're going to lose it. That's a big mistake. That's a big mistake you're seeing there, and it's going to take years to just get back into it, and then years to just adjust to get the fan base going again, used to it. Everyone's still going to keep calling them, going to continue to call them the Chicago Bears. So you might as well just keep it because a lot of people are not going to want to change it.
Right. Everybody's going to continue to call them the Chicago Bears because that's just what people have been calling them from the beginning. Yeah. Okay. So that is definitely a story that we will continue to cover and keep an eye on. But as it develops and it goes into the new calendar year, that will be interesting to see where it goes, because their current stadium, Soldier Field, is one of the smallest stadiums in the NFL, if not the smallest stadium, and especially with a huge fan base in the Chicago Bears. Jim, have you ever been to Soldier Field? I'm just curious if you ever been.
I have not. It's one of the places I would like to go see, but it's up in the air. I would like to go see it, actually. It would be nice to see it. It'd be nice to watch a game there and see how everything is built and how everything goes and everything.
For sure, right. I've heard that there's some obstructed views. It's an older stadium, and also obviously it is one of the iconic stadiums because of all the history that has played out at Soldier Field. But I haven't been there, but yeah, definitely on my list to definitely go check out Soldier Field. All right, we'll shift gears here into the fast lane. And we're still talking about another Chicago legend here, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan wins the Daytona 500. Did you hear a little bit about NASCAR's new champion, Michael Jordan?
I have, yes. And you know what? Congratulations to him. He deserved it. He was very good. He got everything in there. Deserves. Yeah, he helped out.
Yeah, congratulations to Michael Jordan. The driver
he's a champion in multiple sports now.
What's that?
He's a champion in multiple sports.
Yeah, right. The driver of the Team Jordan car was Tyler Reddick, who drives the number 45 car, and they won the Daytona 500, which is raced at Daytona, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida, at Daytona International Speedway, and that happened last week, and that. I mean, this is a huge deal. I think Tyler Reddick's win in the Daytona 500 drew an average of 7.49 million viewers.
Wow.
That's up 11% from last year. So it was the most watched NASCAR season opener since 2023, when 8.17 million viewers tuned in. And it was also the most watched non-Olympic sporting event last week. And the audience peaked at 9.15 million for the finish. And I don't know if you saw the finish. It was like a crash Armageddon to the finish.
It was.
Oh man. The race also did not have a rain delay for the first time in 3 years. So I'm sure that helped, especially keeping that viewership over that time. And last year the race was delayed for more than 3 hours, and the 2024 race was moved to Monday. So all these hurdles led up to 2026 being one of the biggest years for the Daytona 500. And I know you've been to the Indy 500. Have you been to any NASCAR races, just to kind of draw from your experience of watching racing live?
I have not. I want to go. I've always wanted to go, but I have not been able to go down to see any NASCAR races. It's probably the same thing, but it's different cars. It looks fun. I'd love to go to a professional NASCAR race once.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I would definitely want to go check out a NASCAR race live. I think that would be cool to see that. And especially now knowing that there's going to be just all these new exciting teams that are forming in NASCAR. So congratulations to Michael Jordan, Team Jordan, Tyler Reddick, and all the success on the new NASCAR season, because that's the kickoff. I mean, they have their Super Bowl at the very beginning of their season, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the NASCAR season goes. Again, it is, salute to them, because it is a dangerous job with all these crashes that are happening. And no joke, that was kind of one of those like, where were you moments in regards to being able to survive that final lap and be able to cross with the checker flag.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. All right. I know with
Oh my god. Oh, didn't the brackets come out today for March Madness?
the no, I think
Oh, good.
I think
I
that's
saw a message
still
from ESPN.
I think Selection Sunday, isn't that they haven't even had their conference championships yet. So it might be a week from now. It might be a week from now for Selection Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because
I saw a post coming up and like, oh, brackets getting ready to come out.
it might be brackets for the maybe for the conference championships. But I know, yeah, let's take a look here at NCAA. Yeah, I don't think they have any brackets for 2026 quite yet. I mean, you could definitely take a look at your NCAA.
That's weird. I literally thought I saw
Yeah,
one.
it's completely blank. So Selection Sunday is not until March 15th. So we
Oh
still got some
god.
time.
Oh,
You
yeah, we
got
have
me
time.
excited there, Jim. But I was like that. It's a little
Yeah.
further out. A little further out. The first four will be St. Patrick's Day, and that will be from Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, and then Wednesday, March 18th. And then the first round official, first round play for the tournament will be Thursday, March 19th. That's when everything kind of launches for both men and women for the NCAA. And then the Final Four will be the weekend of April 4th. That will be at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Think that will be okay. The first four that'll be in Dayton, Ohio. I'm trying to see if there's any that's nearby. I know Houston, they get the Sweet 16. San Jose, Chicago, it'll be a Midwest regional. So that'll be a Sweet 16. And then Washington, D.C. So it'll be Houston, San Jose, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and then everything will culminate at Indianapolis. So the road to the Final Four ends in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Okay, okay. It's kind of cool. And I feel like Indiana has been kind of the center of the sports world. Where I mean, we're talking about the Indiana Bears. we're we're talking about the NFL Combine, which is also in Indiana. I mean, we're talking about the number one pick coming from the University of Indiana as well. And then now, full circle, we're talking about the championship or the Final Four being in Indianapolis. So a lot is happening in Indiana. With March Madness, we got to wait until March. I mean, you're getting me excited in February.
We're in
But
that
we do
part
have
where
spring
it's like there's
training.
like
That's something that we
we're
have
just like
going on right now.
yeah, we're at the part right now where it's just like football's ended, basketball. We're not there. We're in that band right there. That's not a lot, where there's not a lot of good sports till we get March Madness. Luckily, we have the Olympics going on, but still, it is amazing that uh they're we're just in that zone right now. Like there's no like basketball's on, but they just got done with with their uh with their All-Star game, so they're gonna pick up again. They just started up. We're just in that zone where like we just want to get hype again. We just want to have fun. March Madness is right around the corner. It feels like March is here. Basketball's on. It's so much fun.
We're almost there, Jim. Hold on, hold on. I know that the one shining moment, the selections, the upsets, All those cool moments that the tournament brings us is amazing. And I agree that is one of the most exciting times of sport, I think, in the entire calendar year, where you get a 1 versus 16, where a 16 can send a number 1 seed home. We've seen that happen. We're able to see these Cinderella stories go deep into March and potentially see a team make it all the way to the Final Four. And who knows is like how far they can go, and if a team can cut down the nets, that's good on them. It's always a cool story to really root for a Cinderella story, be able to get as far as they can, and also the human interest stories that are also involved. We got spring training. We got spring training underway. I think that it just started just yesterday. I think
Yes.
I saw the Cubs. They were playing with they were playing the White Sox, and I'm getting updates on that already. Cubs are underway right now in a spring training game right now against the Texas Rangers. So baseball is rendering as well. Like, it's on its way. It's on its way, Jim. Have you been to any of the spring training games, or have you taken part in a spring break and watching any of the spring training?
I mean, I watch spring training. It's fun to watch. It's something that I like. It's baseball. You see all the rookies try to make the team, but we don't know who's making the team already. It's fun to watch. You see players warm up again. I haven't gone. I want to go. I came close to going one time, but I just haven't gone yet.
I gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. No,
Oh, yeah.
no. Just was curious to see if you had made your way down. I know that they do have what is it? They have the Grapefruit League, and then they also have the Cactus League, where that's in Arizona, and then they also have majority of the AL teams are in Florida for the Grapefruit League. But yeah, that's really cool in regards to just watching. You mentioned the player developments, so that's really cool. We're keeping an eye on some great games though in college basketball. Arizona versus Houston just tipped off. Arizona is leading number 2 Houston 25-19. That'll be a game to watch. Nebraska is leading Penn State, number 9 Nebraska, led by Fred Hoiberg. And also number 13 Texas Tech is leading Kansas State. Number 14 is leading University of Miami. And number 19, Vandy. This is a good rivalry between Vandy and Tennessee. Vandy is up 51-49, nip-tuck game there. Louisville 55-37, some of the late scores here. And we have Navy. Navy taking care of Army, and we got some other games in action. But wrapping up here on the 94 podcast, I know we had a great time just catching up on the world of sports and all the happenings. Jim, any final words before we send it off?
USA, 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 USA.
Love it. Love it. Hey, thanks for jumping onto the 94 podcast with me. This was fun. Make sure to like and subscribe to the 94 podcast. Until next time, we'll see you at the TOP. We're out.